Hello and welcome to GIO Stadium for round 5 of the SRL Premiership. Brought to you proudly by TBC Live, as it's going to be the Canberra Raiders and the South Sydney Rabbitohs taking each other on in this great clash in Canberra. Packed out stadium, a whole lot of green in the crowd tonight. I'm your commissioner, returning back in the booth for round 5, joined by the one and only Anthony McDonald. Between two of these top 8 teams, we're looking at 3rd versus 5th at the moment. Some really good competition tonight.
Yeah, this is an absolute breathtaking game to start the round. Will, we've got the Joey Kelly rebuild versus the Wally Allen complete overhaul. So it's going to be interesting to see how these two teams stack up against each other.
It sure will be. And you look at the results from last week from rivalry round, and I mean, the Raiders did an absolute demolition job on the Panthers away from home. They're coming home after that performance. They're looking to really show off in front of their home fans. The Rabbitohs, a narrow 2-point victory over a struggling Roosters side. Do you think they're going to struggle tonight against this very in-form Raiders team?
Well, if they don't lock down some of those star players that the Raiders have been fielding, such as your Flynns and your Prakashas, I think the Rabbitohs might find it a bit tricky. But on the other hand, Justin Plays has been an absolute godsend here for the Rabbitohs. So it's going to be, I almost think it's going to be a battle of the fullbacks tonight, Will.
Yeah, he's certainly been strong, Justin Plays, but Riley Flynn, he's been very, very strong. He's in prime seat for an origin spot if he plays his cards right tonight. As Wally Allen pushing forward and just getting to the 50-metre mark for his team. As that's not a bad opening set from the Raiders. Evans spits it down to Berkeley, who had a bit of a shocking goal kick. Even in India, I saw that one, and yes, he looks to be improving his kicking game. As Jack Collins just stepping around one, it's Wally Allen just finding the dirt. And now it's O'Hare from dummy half, driving forward, making that move to the 9 jersey this season after some very solid performances the last few seasons at lock. And now it's Downey straight through a gap. The prop just barging through the line. Riley Flynn has to make the tackle 1-on-1 and does a good job bringing him down on the 40. But now the Rabbitohs are coming. It's only 3rd tackle. It's Lachlan Holmes. Lachlan Holmes, ankle tap. Riley Flynn again. What a tackle there. As down the wing, 20 metres out from the line now. It's Aaron O'Hare. Goes to Bennett. He's going to go through the middle. The lock just shrugs off one. 10 metres out. Great positioning here from the Rabbitohs. Could they be the first to score here? They go to the right. Callaghan puts it up high. There's plenty of time. Underneath the ball, it's going to be Lachlan Holmes. He takes it cleanly. No one in front of him. He runs backwards, though. Lost his bearing there, and it'll be a handover on the last. Dangerous signs from the Rabbitohs early on.
And just a little bit unfortunate there, because there was no one between him and the goal line. So if he just stepped the right way, the Rabbitohs would have been 4, possibly 6 up by now.
I don't think he realised that he'd spun around in the air when he went up and just got a little bit lost. There's a forward pass there from Berkeley. And the Raiders just shooting themselves on the foot. The Rabbitohs get a full set within this 20 now. It's now Joey Kelly taking up 10 metres out. They go to the right. It will be Connor Bruce. Connor Bruce steps inside pass. Beautiful ball. Kevin Dixon scores. And the Rabbitohs are the first with points on the board tonight.
Oh, there we go. Dixon has been lighting up that wing position all season so far. He's basically been stuck at centre for about 3 or 4 seasons, and now that Kelly's put him out to wing, I think this is about try number 4 or 5 for him so far this season.
Yeah, the last few seasons he's played a bit of wing and a little bit of fullback, but like you said, he's been stuck in the centres for the majority of it. But he has been really, really strong the last few weeks. And I just like to appreciate Connor Bruce. What a great ball on the inside. That's exactly what you want your centre to be doing, just creating space for your winger. And in a situation like that, that is just perfect ball playing from the rookie. So he's just got great eyes up footy, this young lad. Really strong stuff. And the Raiders, I mean, after that first run from Jordan Lewis, we thought they were just going to be very powerful through the middle, but it looks like they haven't quite got their bearings in this game either yet.
No, and unfortunately for the Raiders, the only game they've lost so far this season is the game that they didn't score first. So this might be a much more tougher test for the Raiders tonight, and be interesting to see what Wally Allen can do to pull his team forward.
Yeah, it sure will be, as Felix Stoner just runs it to the 20. Now they go to the left. Callaghan spreads it to Collins. Collins steps on the inside. Blaine gets around the legs to bring him down. Berkeley, very solid defense on that right side at halfback, as now it's Leondis straight through a gap again. The Rabbitohs just exploiting some holes in the Raiders' defense. It looks like Riley Flynn's going to have a very busy night tonight. As now it's going to go to Justin Plays. He can't quite peel away the way he wanted to as Lewis brings him down. And on the 40-metre mark, not a bad set after points either from the Rabbitohs, as they top it off with a good kick from Joey Kelly. Demando well wrapped up as well. And the Raiders will have to fight just in front of their own 20.
And this is where the Raiders really need to get the ball into their strike players' hands. That's a good push up there from Lewis, but we need to get it wider and we need to get it out to say, oh no, we don't need that.
I don't know if I agree with that forward pass there, Anthony. It looks pretty flat from the hands. A bit of a harsh call from the referee, Luke Short there, or maybe it was Daniel Hellier that called it, but yeah, it was a bit of a harsh one to give away. But anyway, the first one was definitely forward. I don't know about that one, but I guess we'll see as the Rabbitohs, they'll take full advantage here. Now they're going to go to the right. Leondis almost through a gap again. Aaron Leondis, he's just been a machine so far. It's going to be the third tackle. Playing the ball out to the left. There's going to be Kelly. Kelly spreads it. Beautiful pass to Justin Plays. Somehow he's brought down, though. That's a great tackle from the captain, Wally Allen. As now they go. Hit off the ball. Leondis bumps off. Leondis doesn't care. Leondis will score.
Leondis had no right to score that one. The ball had hit the dirt, and then he picked it up and stopped. And the Raiders, they just stared at him. So it's about to be 12-0, and I think we got a little bit of shell shock here from the Raiders.
Yeah, just a little bit. And Jordan Lewis, he put an absolute shot on Bradley Callaghan. And he was just... he didn't even have the ball, but Leondis, he wasn't too happy, but he just kept on playing. Eyes up foot. He saw there was a gap there to be made. And he made it for himself. 12 points up now, the Rabbitohs. Less than 10 minutes in. It's looking strong so far from them. And the Raiders, I think the alarm bells are ringing at the moment.
And unfortunately, the Raiders just haven't had the chance to exercise any of their attacking footy. They've thrown away too many forward passes, some questionable, some not, and too many errors. So if they can keep their hand on the ball, they can definitely get themselves back into this game.
Yeah, they sure can. It's going to be Berkeley just kicking off once more here. Ooh, that one was a bit suspect, that pass. But Downey absolutely rocked by Rahul Kaval on the kick return. And the Raiders, they need a big defensive set here because it looks like they're not going to be able to get down this end with their own meterage. They're going to need to have to do it off a very staunch defensive set. Justin Plays just gets past one defender, but brought down by Liam Evans. As they go to the right, Bennett. He'll push forward. As Lewis combines with Evans again for the tackle, and it's Callaghan. Outside his own 40, he's just going to put it along the ground by the looks of it, and yes, Mendonca on the bounce will pick it up. Brought down by Holmes, and a bit of an awkward kick there, but not the worst outcome for the Rabbitohs.
No, and they're hitting up their defense really early here too, so if they can keep the Raiders out, at least keep them to the 30-meter, they can try again. But those runs from Crash are definitely going to help the Raiders' attacking set here.
So Lennox Prakash just goes straight through the line and makes some great meters. Now they go to the left. Jacob Morrison pushing forward. 15 meters out now. That's the fourth. As Morrison plays the ball, they're going to go short side here. Lewis, ball plays out to Demando. Demando very close to the touchline. I don't know how he's managed to stay in there, but fifth and last now. Bolt spits it down to Evans. Evans along the ground. Oh, Lewis is rocked by Leondis. A bit of payback for touching his 5'8" earlier. And that is a great defensive play there from Aaron Leondis. He's having a cracker of a game so far.
I think Leondis is having a bit of a standout season for the young prop. He came through the mines with me all the way back at the end of Season 3, Season 4, and he's just been stalwart ever since. So it's great to see the big props smashing some blokes out there.
Yeah, he's just been putting on some big hits so far. He'll be coming to the end of his first stint shortly, but we'll be seeing plenty more of him tonight. Regardless, as that's going to be the fourth tackle, and the Rabbitohs really struggling for meters here. Jesse Bennett, as I say that, just breaking straight through and gets him past the halfway line. So Rabbitohs want to back it up with a good kick here. Looks like Joey Kelly's setting up on the left side. And he will get the duties for this one. Puts it down to the wing of Xavier Demando. As Xavier on the kick return. He steps one. Xavier Demando, he looks like... Oh, I thought he was going to burn Justin Plays there, but Plays got to him just in time. And that was looking dangerous there for a second, as Demando loves a good run. But oh my goodness, Sam Herman dragged straight out, and look who it is, Kevin Dixon with the tackle.
If Herman was able to get around Dixon then, he had nothing between him and the goal line there. So that's just some excellent defensive read there from Dixon.
It sure is. As it's going to be Leondis. Shifting off to Jesse Bennett as he just goes straight through the line. He goes straight through the tackle as well. Flynn has to make another one. And geez, this Raiders defense is really depending on Riley Flynn at the moment. He cannot do it all himself, as that's the second tackle. Now they're going to the right. Jesse Bennett couldn't get the ball away and just has to drive it himself. It's 5 out now, the Rabbitohs. They're knocking on the door once more here. Can they beat the clock? They want to stay in front of it, as Joey Kelly driven back in the tackle. Now to the left, it's going to be Bennett. Long ball there. Beautiful ball. Oh, but a great tackle. I think that's Dane Blaine. That's a try saver with a capital T. As now they go to the right. It's going to be Bennett. Puts it on the ground, knocks it on. And all credit there to Dane Blaine for a great try saver. It just disrupted the Rabbitohs' flow.
Dane Blaine, I think, is one of the best defensive centres in the SRL at the moment. And the fact that they've moved him back out to centre instead of halfback he was playing for the first couple of games is probably one of the best moves Wally Allen has made so far as a captain.
Absolutely. As Jacob Morrison now straight through the line and making some meters for his team. But Dane Blaine, he's just a very solid centre. There's quite a few teams looking at him after that first season that he played for the Eels. As now it's the Raiders doing some ball playing. Jordan Lewis links up with Lennox Prakash. So now they go to the left. Sam Herbin goes to Latrell Bolt. Good line ran there, but couldn't get away from some very ever-ready defense from Joey Kelly. As fifth and last, they go to the right. Sam Herbin puts it along the ground. Sam Herbin knocks it on, in fact. O'Hare comes through and picks it up. And that's going to be 0 tackle there for the Rabbitohs. The Raiders unable to complete the way they want to at the moment.
And that's how you have to defend your line. With that rushing defense, the Rabbitohs have been rushing up on the Raiders here. The Raiders, they're slowly working their way back into it, but runs like that, offloads like that will help. I'm going to stop talking because I am jinxing both sides as I do it here, Will.
Yeah, it was a great inside ball there to Justin Plays. He went through untouched, but just tried to push that pass, and Rahul Kaval just came up with the lollies. As there we go, Riley Flynn getting the ball out on the right side of the field, but can't quite break the line. He's looking a bit tired from all the tackling he's had to do. It's Mendonca driven back in the tackle by Lachlan Holmes. Combined by Jai Collins there as they go left. Now it's going to be Berkeley. He's just going to take the hit up, the halfback. Fifth and last now. What can the Raiders come up with? They're going to go. Dane Blaine forced to punt it down to Jai Collins, and well met in defense on the kick return. They've pinned him in the corner here, the Raiders.
Yeah, the Raiders, they only really made 12 metres in that last set, so they weren't able to capitalise off that mistake there from the Rabbitohs. But if they can keep them down here with some strong defence, they should be able to get into a good attacking position in the next one.
Yeah, absolutely, they should be. There's going to be Aaron O'Hare. Gets to Kelly, who links up with Justin Plays. He breaks through the line. Inside offload to Joey Kelly there. If that was any other second rower, they would be in trouble. But here's the penalty from Jacob Morrison. Just letting his team get back on side. Too long in the tackle though, and the referee blows the penalty. Kelly will take his time and just put it over touch. That was you know, a lot of those, they're not necessary, but that was a necessary one from Jacob Morrison. He game smarts there from the second rower. He had to hold down to make sure his team could get back in time and just had to pay the price there. Oh, as I say that, Bradley Callaghan straight through the line, untouched. Flynn couldn't get to him, and the Rabbitohs will be, you'd almost say, 18 points up now.
Callaghan, he's been defined by his boot for the first 4 games of this season, and there he is showing us what a running 5'8" can do, screaming through the line and just bamboozling the Raiders' defence there.
Yeah, some great stuff from the Rabbitohs so far, and that was just, it was all off the back of that penalty. It had to happen, but geez, you think you'd show a bit more carefulness in your defense if you're the Raiders after that one. But 18-0 now, the Raiders are trailing. The Rabbitohs putting on an absolute clinic at the moment. And yeah, Wally Allen not very happy with his side. Some words of encouragement will be, well, they're due, aren't they? Aren't they, Anthony?
Yeah. Now I've got a question for you, Will. We've got both sets of bench props on the field now. What makes a good attacking defense prop? What are you looking for in a 14 or a 15?
14 and 15, you're looking for a bit of strength to go through the middle, really to punch it, and also just to be able to take those tackles. You want a workhorse, you know. If you look at people from the NRL, you're talking about your Paul Gallons, you're talking about your Dale Finukins. People that just get through a whole bunch of work and not complain. Jake Trbojevic for all the Manly fans out there. That's who you want, and obviously you're not going to get a superstar from your 14 or 15 like Jake Trbojevic, but you want someone that's got that work rate and got that ticker in them. So, I mean, Preston Beats, Harry Cheddar, those two, they've definitely well and truly got that ticker in them. So hopefully they can be the difference for the Raiders here. Going to be a long kick out to Xavier Demando. On the kick return, Demando just turns one inside out. Can't get away from Justin Plays. And they keep kicking down to his wing. And every time it seems he just breaks the line easily. And here's Preston Beats. I was talking about him just a moment ago. Straight through the line, gets an offload. They lose a few meters. But he's put them on notice now, the big fella. As that's only the second. Now they go to the left. Jacob Morrison. Brought down in the tackle. That's the third. Now they go to the left. It's going to be Herbin. Herbin links up with Preston Beats again. Just challenging Connor Bruce, the young centre. As that's the fourth. Out to the right now. It's going to be Jacob Morrison. Straight through the line. Morrison. He's got space, but he's brought down by Bennett. Helped out there by Connor Bruce. Again, some great defense from the young gun. As that's the fifth and last. They go. Herbin puts up the high one. Who's going to be underneath it? Who's going to take the ball? Blaine couldn't get there, and Collins with a great take under pressure to give his team 7 tackles from the 20.
That was probably the best attacking set all night from the Raiders so far, and it was just a shame that we had a couple of Raiders challenging, but they just couldn't get up above Collins there. So well done there for Collins for diffusing that very, very strenuous attack there from the Raiders.
Absolutely, and in this next period of 20, Anthony, I really want to see Jordan Ford from the Rabbitohs get involved. You know, gets about 40 minutes a game, I think, from the Rabbitohs, and he's just a really solid forward, really solid prop. He's just a props prop, if you will. So I just want to see him run it hard and straight and just try and wear down, you know, those Liam Evans, Lennox Prakash, anyone through the middle that's doing a lot of defending for this game and plays some big minutes. I think that's his job for the next 20.
And it's definitely going to turn into a game of stamina because there's a lot of old workhorses in the Rabbitohs, but this Raiders team, it's quite a young side. So
Demando gone through untouched, gets past one, couldn't get past Kevin Dixon though. As Dixon, just a great tackle there. As now it's going to be Harry Cheddar straight through the line. Cheddar offload on the inside. Beautiful ball to Lennox Prakash. Silky smooth from the prop forward. As that's going to be the second. Now going to the left. Jacob Morrison runs it straight. Takes a settler there. That's only the third tackle. They've still got 2 more up their sleeve, the Raiders. As they go. Wally Allen inside ball. Riley Flynn. Oh my goodness. Stands up Jesse Bennett. And Riley Flynn will cross for the Raiders first.
It had to be Flynn. 5th game as fullback. 5th time opening the scoring card here for the Raiders. So if you haven't given him the key to the milk fridge yet, he needs to have that right now because Riley Flynn is revitalising his team today on the field.
And he's been under a lot of pressure and defense early on in this match. It looks like he's gotten a bit more stamina back now, a bit more energy within him. And just, that was a great ball on the inside, but just the way he stood up Jesse Bennett, just giving shades of a Sean Johnson step. I wonder if he plays much touch footy in the off-season. It looks like he does, Riley Flynn. He's just been so solid so far. Looking forward to seeing what he can do with his career now that he's, you know, in that fullback spot.
Yep. And it was always going to be a tough ask to fill the boots of Eli Barnes. So the fact that he's standing up and he's basically the leading try scorer for the Raiders after 5 games alone tells you that he is well up for the challenge there.
He sure is. It's going to be Bradley Callaghan kicking off here, and only 12 points to trail now for the Raiders. If they can get another one before half-time, that will do them wonders going into the second half. They've been hard to come by points. They haven't scored, obviously, until the 29th minute, but I reckon they look like they're ready to go here, Anthony. They look like they're ready to get another one.
Well, points get points, and so once you've got one over, your heart soar a little bit, and it's easier to come across the next one. The danger here for the Rabbitohs is if they let too many in, then their confidence just collapses, and the tidal wave comes.
It doesn't look like their confidence has collapsed at all. This is a tough set here. Defensively from the Rabbitohs, really, really restraining the movement of the Raiders. And they're going to get the kick within their own 30 here. That's not a great set after points attacking-wise, but that's exactly what the Rabbitohs want. As Jai Collins just steps around one, can't get away from Liam Evans, and he's been dangerous every time he's had hand on ball, Jai Collins, tonight. As they go, Justin plays, now to Callaghan. Take it up past the 40, so that's the second. Now going to the right, Jesse Bennett. Goes to O'Hare. As he'll play the ball, that's the third. Out to the right now, Callaghan. Goes to Sora, Jack Sora. Tackled and driven back there by Jacob Morrison and Preston Beats, and the Rabbitohs got 2 more tackles here. Can they get in a good enough position to attack? Maybe they can. 20 metres out. They're looking like they may be looking at a bomb as they go. Bradley Callaghan puts it up very high. Flynn's waiting on ground level for it. Flynn steps one. Can't get away from Aaron O'Hare. And his footwork is just dangerous. As always, Riley Flynn.
Yeah, and that was another case of if that tackle wasn't made, Flynn is off down the field because there was no fullback at home. Justin Plays had gone up for that kick just then. So, again, O'Hare doing what he does best and saving his team with his defence.
And a penalty going the way of the Raiders now. That one was very unneeded. The Rabbitohs just way too long in the tackle. The Raiders will take this with both hands and really try to make the most of it here. Potentially seeing their first points of... Well, not the first points. The second lot of points off the game. And hopefully one more try before half-time. Wally Allen. Really hoping that his team could cross over here and really get back in it. As Wally Allen, here he is, the captain. Straight to the line. Can't quite outpace Justin Plays, but gets very close to getting around him. As now they go, Alan Berkeley spreads it to Flynn. Flynn, who else could it be? Riley Flynn for a double, putting his team on his back. You are a superstar, young man.
And again, I said it for the first one, but it had to be Riley Flynn. And that's exactly what you want to see from your captain, Wally Allen. Barnstorming runs from the forward to set it up and then spread it out wide for the back to finish it off.
It sure is. And Riley Flynn, just what a player he is. Just improvement upon improvement upon improvement from him. You love to see it from a young gun. And just... there we go. Berkeley, you think he'd kick this one? Yes, he will. To make it 6 points the difference now. And all of a sudden, the Raiders are well and truly back in this game.
And you said it not 5 minutes ago, Will. The Raiders needed to be the next to score because that is going to do all sorts of wonders for their confidence going into the sheds at halftime.
Absolutely. And you've got 4 minutes. Well, just under 5 minutes, rather. If you're the Raiders here, I reckon you put everything on the line here and go for the tie before halftime. Set it to 0-all, you know. And just really, really push. Use your gas that you've got in Preston Beats. Whatever Preston Beats and Harry Cheddar have left. Use whatever that is. And just get them going. Here he is, Harry Cheddar. Off the back fence. Break through the line. And they've been just terrific, these two bench forwards, for the Raiders tonight. As it's going to be Mendonca. Driven back there. Losing some meters. As they go, Blaine. Now goes to Wally Allen. Straight through the line, the captain. Again, here he goes. Wally Allen. Crosses the 20, gets almost to the 10, gets an offload of Liam Evans. That's the 4th tackle. Flynn's going to be dummy half here, but the captain has put his team on his back once more. Made some great meterage. As now they go, Jacob Morrison. A great settler from him as well. Just past the 10 as he's slowly broken down in the tackle. As Evans goes to Herban. You think he put it along the ground? Yes, he will. Flynn, he's in for a first half hat-trick. And a proper one at that. What is this from Riley Flynn?
Oh, you have to feel for the Rabbitohs. This has been an almost perfect half from them. And unfortunately, they've just fallen asleep in the last 10 minutes, and the Raiders have capitalised. And Flynn, first half hat-trick. If he can do this in the second half, we might see another record broken tonight, Will.
We very well could. Riley Flynn is on fire tonight. He's just fired up. He hasn't had to do as much defense. And now, like I said, he's got some energy in him. He is here in the Raiders with a kick here to tie it up before half-time. If you asked me 20 minutes ago, I would not have seen this coming. Simply brilliant from Riley Flynn. And I mean, a lot of appreciation's got to go to Sam Herban for that. He pretty much gift-wrapped that try with a greatly placed kick from the 5'8". The good stuff there to Sam Herban as well. But the Rabbitohs, they're just slowly letting go of this game. I think that Captain Joey Kelly, he needs to give his team a tap up the rear end to get them back and get them focused the way they were in that first opening 20.
And I think the rest of the SRL community watching are probably going to be really happy with how things are going tonight. They love a big, high-scoring game. 18-all, 18-all at the end of the first half is going to work really well for some enterprising Muzz bettors out there tonight, Will.
Yeah, sure will be, as Liam Evans gets a great offload there to Jordan Lewis, and the Raiders, it just looks like a second team's run out there tonight all of a sudden. Now it's Rahul Kaval, bumping off one, straight over the toppers. That's the 39th minute pass. We've only got 1 minute left, but it looks like the Raiders want one more try. Jacob Morrison's going to get him some good meters and set them up nicely. They've got 2 more plays here. Less than 40 seconds now, as Jacob Morrison held down in the tackle. He'll get up, play the ball. Now they go right. Surely you just do a settler and get one more play. And that's exactly what they'll do. Jordan Lewis. Here they go, 5th and last. Out to the right, it will be Sam Herban. Puts it up high. It looks like Flynn's chasing here. It looks like it. Oh, I thought Rahul would get it. But Justin plays with a great take. A tap, and that'll take us to half-time on this last tackle here. 8-0, we'll see you very shortly.
Hello, NRL Hotel. How can I help?
Yeah, g'day. I'd like to organise an early checkout, please.
How does the 60-minute mark of the grand final sound?
Perfect.
But I booked a final spot in round 10.
So it looks like that was cancelled in round 13. So if you could just move aside, though, we've got some genuine top 8 teams about to check in. There you go.
What?
All the best.
Really?
Penthouse.
Oh, you have got to be joking.
Going up the was?
Nah, down.
Yo!
So we've had some complaints. Is there any chance you can wrap this party up soon?
Sure. Just give us another couple of seasons, all right?
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Is that all you're going to do to stop them?
Better than you managed.
Yes, rooms. Yeah, send up another 5 utility players, please.
Right away, sir. And shall I send up some more Panthers?
Ooh, sounds delish.
Any baggage, sir?
Yeah, heaps.
Try 38 years worth.
Jeez Louise.
Can I help you?
Yeah, actually, got any wins against top 8 teams in here somewhere?
No, I just have towels.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
Hey SRL fans, want to support the league further? Join the Simulation Rugby League Patreon. Get exclusive access to additional content, early access to league releases and supporter-only giveaways and upgrades. Whatever you're looking for, we have something for every fan. When you become a Patreon, you're more than just a spectator. You're a crucial part of our team. Your support helps us keep delivering the high-quality matches and content that you love, and it ensures that we can keep the SRL experience growing for fans of all ages. It's super simple. Head to our Patreon page, pick the tier that's right for you, and you're in. Every bit of support helps us grow and makes the SRL an even better place for everyone. Now, back to the game. Welcome back to SRL TV, where the Canberra Raiders and the South Sydney Rabbitohs are tied at the moment after a thrilling first 20 minutes. The Rabbitohs got an early 18-point lead, and the Raiders managed to claw their way back into it here. The second half brought to you live and free, proudly by TBC Live. And what a second half we've got that we're just kicking off now. I just cannot believe the comeback of the Raiders through a Riley Flynn first half hat-trick, 3 in a row, unbroken tries. Just wow, some really great stuff from the Raiders late into that first half.
And the interesting fact about that is that Riley Flynn isn't even leading the Raiders in their run meters at the moment. Those sorts of stats for Riley Flynn to show when to strike, regardless of the fact that his team was down by so much at that time, just shows you how dangerous this Raiders team can be, especially when you don't really expect it.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's just been, I don't know, it's really stalwart of this team in this game and this season so far. He's really proven himself time and time again, Riley Flynn. So watch out. His name will be plastered in some rep conversations, I think, in the coming weeks. Some really strong performances as well. Bit of a mix-up there, but Latrell Bolt's going to make the most of it down the sideline. Herbin just saw Bolt unmarked and thought he may as well just spit it out to the centre. As now they go. Jason Lomu coming on at the halftime break for Jacob Morrison, the leading in the run meters at the halftime break. As now it's going to go. Rahul Kaval driven back there. The 40 is where the Raiders will find themselves, and I don't know if you'd risk a 40-20 at this point. No, they're just going to knock the ball on. It's Lennox Prakash. Just ran straight into the ball. I don't think it was intended for him, but he ran at the ball and just didn't catch it. So, not too sure what he was thinking there, Lennox Prakash, or perhaps he wasn't. As there we go. That's the second. Justin plays. Playing the ball. Now they go to the right. Joey Kelly, inside ball. Felix Wimmelski trying to put the footwork on. Can't get away from Liam Schrodinger. So that's the third. The Rabbitohs with some great early field positioning in this second half, and whether they can strike once more is the question. That's the fourth. Now they go. Lucy Driscoll pushes forward. Fifth and last now. Where do the Rabbitohs go? Out to the left. Callaghan loops it to a long pass to Joey Kelly. I don't know how it's going to land. I think it's going to land. Oh, Joey Kelly gets it, but a great tackle from Flynn there. And he's unable to get the ball down, just wrapped up like a sausage by Riley Flynn. And that's just really a testament to his game tonight so far, Anthony.
Yeah, everything about that seemed almost to bamboozle the Raiders. Really weird sort of flip pass out the back for the kick, and then the kick so high in the air, I think they lost it in the lights. So when Joey Kelly came down with it, I was assured that he was going to score that, but somehow Flynn stood up, and they're working their way out of their half now to try to get themselves back up the other end of the field.
They sure are. It's Dane Blaine now, stepping around one. It's making some great meterage as well. That's the fourth. Now they go out to the left. It's going to be Alan Berkeley. The pass a little bit hard for his hands, and had to take a second to make sure he could grab it correctly. So that's the fifth and last. And the Raiders will be forced to kick here. Anthony, you were down at the halftime. That didn't even hit the ground. How's that a knock on? But anyway, you were down in the sheds at halftime. What was the message from Joey Kelly to his team about what they needed to do going into this second half after they just leaked 18 points very late into the first one?
Well, Joey's message to his team was very, very clear. Mark your man, keep your defense going, and for God's sake, lock down their fullback. So a few more expletives than I'm really allowed to say on air, but that was very the mode of what he was saying. On the other hand, Wally Allen, his advice to the team was stop making errors, because almost all the tries for the Rabbitohs in the first half came off Raiders errors, and unfortunately, the Raiders haven't really been taking that one to heart yet, Will.
No, they haven't. And it looks like ever since those prop switches came, it's really changed the game. As well, Riley Flynn out-leaped there, but Lennox Prakash just waiting on ground level for the ball. And the Raiders got a bit lucky with that one there. Justin plays. If he got that tap back, he was in for sure. Now it's going to be Liam Evans going to the left. Wally Allen straight to the line. Here's the captain again. He's made some great runs so far tonight. And there's another one to add to the tally. Kaval driven back after the offload. As now they go left. Lennox Prakash just taking a hit up there and runs it straight at Matt Downey, as that's the fourth. They go to the left. Rahul Kaval straight to the line as well. Here goes Kaval. The former New South Wales rep just breaking straight through the line as they're going to play the ball. Out to the left, it's going to be Sam Herbin. Bit of a loopy kick there down to Kevin Dixon, who steps around one, but brought down just past the 20. And that's the first. And the Rabbitohs need a big set here attacking-wise, because the Raiders were just exploiting a lot of holes there.
And a much better set there from the Raiders too. Once they keep their hands on the board, just shows how dangerous they can be. I just want to say how they're kind of defying conventions here. Normally you see the 11 running up the field, but Wally Allen in the 12 jersey tonight is revolutionising that position. So I think a couple of teams might be seeing what Allen's doing. And, big error there from the Raiders. The Rabbitohs, sorry.
From the Rabbitohs, yeah. They did not need that one there, and they just gave up the ball when they had every right to really get on the board there. That is disappointing stuff, and Joey Kelly, you could see his frustration there. So that's the third. Jason Lomu just taking the hit up. Now they go to the left. It's going to be Schrodinger just driving forward. So now they go. Sam Herban puts the kick in. It's going to be an awkward one. Comes off Matt Downey in the air, and Leonard Prakash comes down with it. Herban's going to get a second strike at this one. And that is just a bit of fortune in the way of Raiders. And it's going to go to Berkeley for this one. I do not blame Liam Evans for selecting Berkeley for that kick instead, as now it's going to go. Collins, great kick chase there from Dane Blaine and Thomas Mendonca. And the Rabbitohs will be brought down just short of the 30. And yeah, just an improvement on the second attempt of the kick there, Anthony.
Although you could hear Wally Allen blowing up at the refs there. He was sure the Rabbitohs played at that and he wanted a 6 again, but both Harris and Short kept their whistle in the pocket. They want to see this game arm wrestled all the way to this 80th minute, I think.
I think they do. As we see plays now. Driven back in the tackle. As he will just get up and play the ball just past the 50, and some good defense from the Raiders held them around the middle of the field. So now it's Thomas Mendonca on the kick return. He's going to be able to step around one, but can't get away from Jai Collins, and they're going to be in their corner here, the Raiders, that they'll have to fight out of, and it's going to be a tough set here, because the Rabbitohs, they are not happy with how they've been defending so far. They're looking a little bit more fired up now. And as I say, that Liam Schrodinger getting a half break. Now they go right. Inside ball, Riley Flynn can't get the step on. So now he will play it. Now to the left, Sam Herban goes to Latrell Bolt. He can't get any footwork on, and some really good defense there from the Rabbitohs this time. It's 30 metres gained from the Raiders, and they're still well within their own half. They're going to have to kick themselves out of a bit of trouble here, and Herban just looks to turn the ball infield. Jai Collins through the guts of the field. Good tackle there from Liam Evans. And it looks like it's just getting into a bit of an arm wrestle here for the moment, Anthony.
Yeah, I was about to say, Jai Collins is not the person you want to be kicking to scream up down the middle of the field. But the Rabbitohs, it looks like they're slowly gaining the ascendancy here, Will. And if the Raiders aren't careful, we might see change in the lead once again.
We very well could, as Koval just puts an absolute shot on Matt Downey there. And Talis Riff taking the hit up. And it could be, once again, the interchanges to be the difference for both these teams. There's a few players that will be coming on either way. And, oh, geez, a knock on there from Bradley Callaghan ends up in the lap of Lomu. And that's not what the Rabbitohs needed on the last as they go. Now to the right, Sam Herban, Schrodinger taking a hit up. And Aaron Leondis is going to be coming back on the field for the Rabbitohs. That could be huge, Anthony. There's a couple other players that Jordan Lewis, probably the biggest name that's going on for the Raiders. They could really just break this game open for either team here.
And again, this is the period of time where fatigue starts really setting in. And there's a lot of very tired sausage legs out there, Will. So as you said, next 5, 10, 15 minutes. Oh,
I thought he was gone.
If we don't see... Yep, I reckon we see a try in the next 15 minutes, and that could very well decide the match.
And very well could. It's just really grinding rugby league at the moment. As now they go out to the right. Sam Herban puts the kick in over the top. It's going to go down to Jai Collins on the kick return. Untouched. Jai Collins steps around Riley Flynn. Collins is away. In full flight now. Mendonca's trying to get to him. He won't be able to. Collins is out and he is clear under the posts. What a try there from the Queenslander.
And there we go. There's the fatigue. If you can't keep up with those strong, fast boys on the edges, then they will punish you every minute of the day. And now the Rabbitohs are 6 points, well, about to be 6 points in front again.
Yeah, and Collins, he just burnt past the chasers and Riley Flynn got isolated. He thought he was going to go one way. He went the other, though. And made it really difficult for him to make the tackle. And just a defensive lapse there from the fullback has seen the Rabbitohs reclaim the lead. They need to take this opportunity, though, because it's been back-to-back-to-back footy, end-to-end so far. They need to take this opportunity, take a breather, both teams. Reset the field position, reset your defense, and reset your strategy to try and get some points on the board for themselves, the Raiders. And the Rabbitohs, they will be very happy that they got a short break there. The interchange is coming on for both teams. It's going to be a refreshing period for them, and hopefully for both teams some more points will come. It's Jordan forward. Brought down the tackle. They go to the right. Now it's Matt Downey. Riven back there. That's the second. As they play level. Jordan Ford again. Just taking the hit up. Came on at halftime for Felix Stoder, and it's playing in the second row for the remainder of this match. As now it's Connor Bruce. Gives it to Leondis. Brought down that tackle. As now they go right. Joey Kelly. Puts the kick in and over the top. It's going to be a very big kick there from Joey Kelly. Flynn takes his time to get back there. And he'll be driven back as the Raiders, the props coming off now for the subs to come on. Jordan Lewis and Jacob Morrison playing in the front row for this last period of 20. So now they go to the left. Berkeley. Berkeley straight to the line. Alan Berkeley. He's going to take Justin Plays out for a spin now. Alan Berkeley, look at him stretch his legs. 90 speed in all its glory. As that's going to be the third. And they're in great attacking position here, the Raiders. Maybe they can hit back in this set and tie it up once more. As now it's going to be Herbin. Bit long in the tackle there from the Rabbitohs, but they're allowed to play on. Berkeley, inside ball. Lennox Prakash can't fend away from, I think that's Connor Bruce again, perhaps. As he plays the ball. Prakash. Evans puts it back down to Berkeley. Puts a high kick up. It's well taken by Blaine. But he's tackled well there. And Bradley Callaghan with another try saver. That'll be a handover. And the Raiders looked almost certain to score, but the Rabbitohs hold on by a thread.
Yeah, and that's been the most dangerous the Raiders have been all second half. So we're definitely coming out of that arm wrestle period, and I think the Raiders, they're going to have to keep doing that, throwing the ball around and doing something expansive, because they can't sit back and just rely on their defense to win the game again tonight.
No, by no means can they. There's Jordan Ford. Oh, beautiful inside ball. Connor Bruce is a bit of space now, and he'll not be able to get away from, I think that's Jason Lomu that's brought him down. It's Bradley Callaghan. Now goes to Jordan Ford. Fifth and last, and 35 out from the try line. The Rabbitohs, they'll be kicking it through Bradley Callaghan here, and he there's a bit of a shank of a kick. Berkeley charges it down. Only gets a few steps before he's tackled by Lachlan Holmes. So now they go. Rahul Kaval, sorry. He breaks the tackle. He's come back on the field to play lock now after a brief 5-minute bit on the bench. As Kaval plays the ball. Now they go to the left. It's going to be Jordan Lewis. Tries to go through the middle and can't quite break the tackle as he needed to. But some good positioning now for the Raiders once more. Herbin goes to Flynn. Flynn, they are charging him, aren't they, the Rabbitohs? As that's the fourth. Playing the ball. Now they go to the right. Sam Herbin gives the ball to Kaval. Kaval pushes forward. 6 meters out from the try line now. Evans, where can he go? He's got Herbin. Herbin puts it on the ground. He drops the ball though. And now it's going to be O'Hare with a bit of space. The Raiders unable to complete there. And if Herbin got boot to ball there, you'd think that some chaser would come through and put the ball down.
Yeah, I think it's a shame because Herbin's usually such a good player. So I think his time out of the SRL might have just added a few creaks and cracks to his game. So if he can work out that, they're still only 6 points behind. It's still 12 minutes to go, so they're still in it, and they're putting on a really good defensive set right now. So keep at it, Raiders.
They're doing some hard work in defense here. As they got Jordan Ford just taking the run up and 30 meters gained. They've gotten just past the 40 here, the Rabbitohs. That's some really, really strong defense, especially for this stage in the game from the Rabbitohs, from the Raiders. As now it's going Thomas Mendonca on the kick return, on full flight. He just got it full throttle there. It was almost a way to break away, allowed to break away, but Connor Bruce just bringing him down. As now it's Sam Herbin. Brought forward. As now they go. Wally Allen, inside ball. Riley Flynn slicing up through the middle again. Some great footwork from the young gun as he'll get up and play the ball. Now they go out to the left. It's going to be Kaval. Goes to Herbin. Now goes to Demando. Demando stepping around one. Brought down though. That's the fourth. As Xavier Demando will play the ball. Now they go. Kaval goes to Lewis. Lewis will just drive forward. Won't be able to get to the line as that's going to be the fifth and last. What can the Raiders do here? Berkeley's on the left. Herben's let set deep. Berkeley, he's going to go himself. Alan Berkeley, he may score. No, he turned on his back. It was the right idea, just didn't quite have the power there. And the Rabbitohs hold on.
10 minutes left to go, and if it wasn't for that very late last-minute save there from the tackle of that person who'd come in to help defend there to stop Berkeley getting over, we might have a shootout at the moment. But the Rabbitohs, they are desperate to hold on here, so this is going to be an enterprising last 10 minutes. Do not turn away.
It sure will be. It's Tallis Riff now. He's going to be brought down in the tackle as they go fourth. Links up with Jordan Ford. He's been just relentless in this last 10 minutes or so in attack. He loves a good run, Jordan Ford. As now they go left. Callaghan puts a kick in. It's Wally Allen charged down. Here goes the captain. Wally Allen in a bit of space. He had Berkeley on the inside, but it was in front of him. And he has had a terrific game, Wally Allen. As he'll get up and play the ball. Now they go to the left. It's going to be Jordan Lewis. Pushing forward and brought down 15 metres out from the try line. As they go right now, Wally Allen now goes to Blaine. Steps on the inside. And brought down the tackle 10 metres out. Now they go. Liam Evans. From dummy half. Does the Jamison shuffle, but doesn't make any metres from it. They just need someone to take a settler up through the middle. Preferably a forward and not a half. As here goes Jordan Lewis. Only a few metres out now. Where can they go? They go. Ball to Herben. Herben will go himself. Sam Herben. They're going to send it upstairs. He's celebrating in the background. A kick to tie it now. What a play there from Sam Herben.
And it was just bound to happen. The Raiders had way too many back-to-back sets on the Rabbitohs line. And unfortunately for the Rabbitohs, it's been their kicking game this last 20 minutes that has really put themselves in that position.
It sure has, and that makes it difficult there for the Rabbitohs. They've just really, really struggled under the pressure. And we saw Herben before. He tried to kick it, and I think that they thought this time he was going to try and kick it again. He just took a sidestep to the left. Leon just couldn't wrap him completely. And no one came around to swoop under and stop the ball. Berkeley got it from right in front. Bit of a change from last week. And 24 all is the score. Just under 7 to go here. Now to start off your round 5, to start off your Monday night footy. We've got a very close game and a tight finish here. Don't go anywhere, folks. Make sure you're tuning in and make sure your eyes are glued to the screen because we are in for a great closing 7. As we go. Long kick. Herben gives it to Morrison. Playing in the front row for the remainder of this game. And he'll be brought down as that's the first tackle. Now to the right now. It's going to be Sam Herben again. Caval fends off one. Rahul Caval straight through. And able to get away from a few players there as he plays the ball. Now they go right. Herben gives it to Flynn. Flynn steps one. Flynn breaks the tackle. Flynn in open space now. One-on-one with plays. Tries to turn him inside out. Can't quite do it to the veteran fullback. As that's the third now. They go to the left. Now it's Berkeley. Straight through a gap. Plays it out of position. A great tackle from O'Hare. A try saver for sure. And that's too long a tackle. They may win it by 2 here. Oh, Anthony, I'm speechless.
That's a smart move there from the Raiders. If they had relied on the field goal, that could have gone either way. But this is just great heads-up footy by Wally Allen. And they're going to have to rely on their defence for just 4 minutes to keep the Rabbitohs out.
And Aaron O'Hare there. Just that was not the move, my friend. That if there's any moment to hold down a player, it would not be from 20 out, slightly askew from the sticks. The Raiders, they just need to hold the ball for as long as possible here. And then just have to have one good defensive set, and that's it. That's it for them. So I guess we'll see how this closing remarks are from the Raiders, but you'd think that they'd just be going through Lewis. They'd be going through Morrison. They'd be going through Caval. And just really... Oh, there we go. Lomu is getting the ball. They'd just be really pushing forward, pushing strong. Wally Allen will get his hands on the ball. And just holding on, not risking possession being turned over. So that's the third now. Slow play of the balls from the Raiders. As they go. Herben. Now goes to Flynn. Gets the ball to Berkeley. Bruce brings him down as that's the 4th. Almost at the halfway now for the Raiders as Caval goes to Morrison. And that's a great set there from the Raiders. After the goal, they just did it, followed up with a good kick chase here. And they're halfway home. As now, oh, I say that. Kevin Dixon steps around Latrell Bolt. Riley Flynn brings him down the tackle, though. That's going to be Windmill Skeet. Going left to Leondis. Tackled well there by Morrison and Evans. Now they go to the right. Joey Kelly, inside ball, Justin plays. He steps around one. Good tackle there from Morrison, though, as that's the 3rd. Now they go to the right. Kelly, inside ball. Windmill Skeet steps around one. Morrison's there for another tackle. He's made about every one in this set at the moment, Jacob Morrison. As they go left now, Joey Kelly spreads it to Callaghan. So that's the 5th and last. What can the Rabbitohs come up with here in the last? So go. Holmes puts the kick in long. Riley Flynn on the kick return. He's got a few players in front of him and he'll just take the hit up there. So that's the 1st. Now they go left. Berkeley goes to Wally Allen. Driven back in the tackle. The Raiders, they've got about 30 seconds left on the clock here. They can taste victory. And what a way to do it. They've clawed their way back into this game. They've done a terrific job of doing just that. And now they've managed to hold on to a very narrow 2-point lead for this last 5 or so minutes. Latrell Bolt, he'll play the ball. One last play. Herman gives it to Lomu. That'll be full time. 26-24. The Canberra Raiders come away with a great win at home. A meaningful win. Narrowly by a penalty goal. The Rabbitohs heartbroken here. And rightfully so. They held an 18-point lead for that first half hour of the match. And somehow still came 2 points short. What a match. What a game. And what a team the Raiders are in Season 9.
And if you had told me 20 minutes into the match that 18-0 up, the Rabbitohs would go on to just lose it by just by two, I would not have believed you, Will. But that just shows you the tenacity here in the Raiders tonight. And those stats on screen we're seeing right there are proof of that fact.
They sure are. And you look at the possession, it really flipped the other way when the Raiders in that second half. A lot of errors from both teams. It was a scrappy game, but still very enjoyable. 1 penalty to 2. The Rabbitohs, that second penalty, just giving them that loss. The try scorers, Flynn got 3, Herban got 1 for the Raiders, and it was Leondis, Callaghan, Dixon, and Collins for the Rabbitohs. So, some really good performances all around. We'll have a look at some of these stats though, Anthony. And you look early, Alan Berkeley, really great performance at halfback. He got a try assist, he kicked all the goals, a couple of line breaks, and 191 run meters. Really solid. Jacob Morrison, also very good, 183 run meters. Riley Flynn, 163 run meters, 6 line breaks, and 3 tries. And I thought I'll just go one more. Wally Allen, next in line, but he really put his team on his back tonight. He really gave it a captain's knock and put his heart on his sleeve. He played very solid. He made a lot of tackles. He did a lot of running, and he was just a true leader tonight, Wally Allen.
Oh, definitely. An absolute captain's knock. I also want to bring some attention to some of the boys down the bottom of the runs meter table. Schrodinger, he might have only run 32 meters, but he made 9 tackles for his 23 minutes and missed none. A line break of his own, actually, as well. So it's those sorts of that impact off the bench that you really need in these tough, grinding arm wrestling type of games, which is what future captains are looking for, both in their developing props and their other developing bench players.
It sure is, and you know, you look at that, and Harry Cheddar and Preston Beats, between the two of them, they had 109 run meters in that period where the Raiders started firing back. They were really, really important in that period, and they just did a really good job, so well done to those two as well. As we move on to the Rabbitohs now, and Aaron O'Hare, I mean, and Hooker obviously, but 202 run meters. He made 26 tackles, missed only 1, 2 tackle breaks, 1 line break, 2 try assists. He had a good game tonight. Jesse Bennett, I thought he was pretty good through the middle. But really, my props goes to 2 players. Jai Collins was excellent on the wing tonight, I thought, and he's maybe just about played his way into a wing spot for the Maroons. And of course, Jordan Ford, especially in that second half where he was playing second row, he just wanted the ball all the time. It was just used as a battering ram. I thought he was very solid tonight as well.
Yeah, and it's a testament to the Raiders' defense that they were able to keep some of those strike players under wraps. The fact that Joey Kelly was only making 67 run meters, that's unheard of for Joey. He's usually up in your mid-100s. So they did their homework this week, and they made sure that they kept plays, they kept Kelly, they kept Dixon as low running as possible.
They sure did. But unfortunately, that's all we have time for tonight, Anthony. And for the viewers at home, thank you very much for joining us. Make sure you stay tuned because we've got the Seagulls taking on the Bulldogs next. That's going to be a cracker of a game, so make sure you stay tuned for that. It's been a pleasure having you in the box and joining us tonight. So make sure you stay tuned for more SRL action.